Social media is here to stay, so why don't we learn how to use it in a positive way? Hey everyone, today I'm going to be talking about social media, and this is a guide how to use social media wisely, and this is intended for kids with social media, teens with social media, and parents of kids and teens with social media. And disclaimer, all of this is just my humble opinion and how I use social media and my look on it. Today I'm going to be covering Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Although a lot of these concepts apply to other social medias, I just thought that these would be the most relevant for my viewers. Alright, I'm going to start off with Snapchat, which is kind of a controversial social media, but it is a social media that I have, so I'm going to be talking about it. If you don't know what Snapchat is, it's an app where you can send pictures to specific people for up to 10 seconds. So that means you can send a picture, the person will open the picture, it'll last for 10 seconds, and then poof, it disappears and it's gone forever. I know a lot of people who aren't allowed to have a Snapchat account, but I myself do have a Snapchat account, and here are my tips for keeping the account fun and safe and have a really good time using it and using it the correct way. One of the biggest tips I can tell you about Snapchat is to never give your Snapchat account out to anyone that you do not know. So that means do not post your username anywhere. It is very private information, and you need to use it like a phone number. Don't just randomly give it out to strangers. Also, when making a Snapchat, make sure your account is private. That means that if anybody wants to add you, you have to okay them. So it's a really good idea is to go ahead and make your account private so that you have to approve everyone who is your Snapchat friend. Also, never friend anyone that you do not know. And be very careful who you allow to be your friends on Snapchat. You have to make sure you can really trust them. I have about 8 Snapchat friends, and they're all either my friends in like real life or my family, so I'm very cautious about the people who friend me on Snapchat. One of the things that I love about Snapchat is that I can post 10 pictures in a row on my story, and I don't feel like I'm intruding on other people. Okay, let me explain. So on Instagram, if I post 10 pictures in a row, then people have to scroll through their feed, it's in their face, they have to like it or comment or whatever. But on Snapchat, I can post 10 pictures in a row, and if you want to watch it and open the pictures, you can. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. It's not like in your face. Now I'm going to be moving on to Facebook. So Facebook has been around for a long time, and by now you might know how to use it. But if not, number one rule about Facebook is to not friend anyone that you do not know. Alright, so you need to make sure you know this person on Facebook before you friend them. A good thing about Facebook is that you can go into your account settings and make sure that only your friends can see things. Not friends of friends, and not everyone, just your friends. Also, another awesome thing you can do in your settings, or privacy settings, is that you can make yourself unsearchable. That means that if someone types in your name at the bar and you do not have one friend in common, they won't be able to find you. That's how my Facebook is set up. Next up, we have Instagram, which is my favorite social media. Now, Instagram is by far my favorite social media. It is the hardest to keep appropriate. So here are my tips for Instagram and how I use my Instagram wisely. Alright, now I'm going to tell you that no matter your age, you should have a private Instagram. Your account should be private. Because I didn't want everyone to have the right to see my pictures, to like it, to leave comments, and to send me messages without approving it. So you still get the same amount of follow requests, and I strongly advise you to be private. Another thing about Instagram is that when people ask to follow me, I always go to their feed to see if they have bad words or inappropriate pictures, or even just read their bio to see if there's someone who I think should follow me. And I'll still keep an eye on them if they're pretty new to see if they post anything bad if I follow them back. Also, a great thing about Instagram that you can remember is if there's a comment that makes you uncomfortable or is mean, you can always delete a comment and block a user. Also, I personally do not take part in or promote rates on Instagram. And if you don't know what a rate is, that's where someone goes to your feed and rates your attractiveness or physical appearance on a scale of 1 to 10. And I do not think that's right, and I do not appreciate that. And next up, I'm going to be talking about YouTube. Needless to say, I like YouTube. You're watching this video right now on my YouTube channel. But there are some things you need to know if you're a first-time YouTuber or a YouTuber who is younger and you're just making an account for fun. I had a YouTube since I was 8. I had little videos on here, and a lot of them got some inappropriate comments, so I had to make them private. Now, one thing you need to know, or I would recommend, is that if you are making an account just for fun, playing with your friends or something, you need to make sure that your comments are disabled so people cannot leave comments. Another thing about YouTube, do not subscribe to a channel that is inappropriate or has bad language. And you just need to be careful what channels you subscribe to. Also, you can make a YouTube account that is private. I don't really know what you're using YouTube for, but private accounts are always fun if you just want to share videos between your family or something. Now, here are some specific tips for parents of children with social media. A lot of parents don't like social media because they think that they can't monitor their children. Well, that's wrong. You can most definitely monitor your child on social media. My mom has a Snapchat account, an Instagram account, a Facebook account, and a YouTube account, and she's friended me and followed me and subscribed to me on all of those. She keeps up with who follows me and who I follow, what I post, what my post says, and what my friends say on their post. Just be aware. Here are some tips that cover all social media. Tip number 1, do not share private information on any social media platform. Tip number 2, do not feel bad about unfriending, unfollowing, or unsubscribing any person or channel that is inappropriate. It's your right and you should not watch anything or see anything like that. Number 3, a lot of people are going to say some things, and some people like to make other people feel bad. So do not take anything personally. They don't know who you really are and how amazing you are. And tip number 4, if something is going on, do not be afraid to ask a parent about it or to talk to your parent about it, because they always know the right thing to do. I ask my mom a lot of questions about social media and she's always there to help me. If you use social media in a positive way, you'll most likely have a positive experience. So make sure that all of your comments are really sweet and uplifting. I love social media and I have made some really awesome friends because of it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. And I hope I gave you some ideas that you could use on your social media. And I want to know what your favorite social media is. Mine is obviously Instagram. Oh, and if you're looking for a really awesome Instagram account to follow, you can go follow @BringingSmartBack. Yeah, I know, I just promoted my Instagram. Also, I know that you guys could not focus properly during the video because you were too busy thinking about how cool my shirt was and my hat. Well, if you like these, you can go get them at www.shopgreatproducts.com. And if you use the promo code Keely, you can get 10% off. But first, let me take a selfie.